this point?
Thank you very much for having me. So the protests were very large and it encompassed almost every corner of the Amhara region. So people are demanding the federal government to reverse the decision to dismantle the Amhara Special Forces because currently the Amhara region is faced with a lot of threats, security threats, especially from the Tigray People's Liberation Front, because over the past 2 years, there were three rounds of aggressions and war that was conducted by the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front on the Amhara and Afar regions. So unless the TPLF is disarmed and its soldiers are demobilized, it creates a security risk and a security threat for the Amhara region. That's why our people are opposing the decision to dismantle it, because it is untimely and because there was no appropriate consultations and discussions with the concerned stakeholders.
Okay, Kamal,
as Itana is saying, the Amharas have no clear demands, but our people is clearly demanding that although in principle we support a national unified defense forces and a national unified army, we felt that this is a precursor, an attempt to give back Wolkait and Raya for the Tigrayan administration. Our people is demanding that we should have a security guarantee. We should have a security guarantee so that the Tigrayan forces would not attack us for the fourth round, because as per the Pretoria Agreement, it was agreed that the TPLF fighters will be disarmed and demobilized, but there is no clear evidence that disarmament is done and there is no any demobilization. So in the face of this, disarming and dismantling the Amhara Special Forces is like leaving our people without any security arrangement or security mechanism against the Tigrayans, but also within the region, within the Amhara region. For example, Ataye was burned, the town of Ataye was burned at least 10 consecutive times, and the federal security apparatus was not active in responding for these threats. So our demand is clear. It's not to overthrow the government, but to be able to get a security arrangement that can protect our people.
I mean, the main argument seems to be that it will leave the region exposed to attacks by neighbouring areas, including the TPLF. But wouldn't a more unified national army actually be able to better defend against those attacks?
You know, over the past years, for example, during the past 25 years, the Ethiopian National Defense Force was dominated by the TPLF. The majority of leadership was dominated by the TPLF. During that time, the Ethiopian National Defense Force has never given effective security for our people. By now, the Oromo-led Prosperity Party is also dominating the Ethiopian National Defense Forces. So we believe that unless the national security structures are fairly represented and properly reformed, it's very difficult for us to consider them as a truly national defense force. So in the short term, at least, we need to retain the Amhara Special Forces that has effectively defended our people from the TPLF aggression, but also it has effectively kept law and order within the region.
Okay, Kamal, I want to bring you back in here.
Number one, the town of Ataye was frequently attacked by the Oromo Liberation Army and its cells that are stationed in the Oromo Special Zone of Amhara region. So they have burned down Ataye for 10 rounds. Number two, regarding the Oromo domination, it is clear during the TPLF's domination, 90% of the major key positions within the Ethiopian National Defense Force was controlled by the Tigrayans. What the Oromos are doing right now is to repeat the mistakes that's done by TPLF, and by now they started controlling the key positions of the Ethiopian National Defense Forces. But let me come to the most important point. The most important point for us is that the Amhara region has a security risk, so that our people is demanding that until the current security risks from the Oromo Liberation Army and the TPLF are removed, we don't mind about the dismantling or the existence of other special forces, but for the Amhara people, the Amhara Special Forces has been the part and parcel of the key security structure. Also, I have to mention the fact that the Amhara Special Forces and other special forces are constitutionally allowed, because if you see the Ethiopian Constitution, Article 52, Sub 2, it clearly stipulates the fact that regional governments have the power to organize their own police forces that can be able to provide security for their regions. So Amhara regional police controls the Amhara Special Forces. So if you see legality, it is allowed in the Constitution, it's legal. But also the most important rationale is that unless the TPLF is disarmed and unless the threat from the OLA is neutralized, it's very difficult for our people to disband Amhara Special Force. That's why our people are resisting it.
Yes, okay, come on.